Whenever I see discussions online about Star Trek, it's always through the lens of which shows and movies are good and which are bad. While each person's opinions may vary, everyone seems to have their own thoughts on what the bad ones are. But I made this channel on the premise that there are no bad ones. All of it is good. The whole franchise. The collected works of Roddenberry, Berman, and Kurtzman. Star Trek and animated Star Trek and Next Generation and Deep Space Nine and Voyager and Enterprise and Discovery and Short Treks and Picard and Lower Decks and Prodigy and Strange New Worlds. And the Motion Picture and The Wrath of Khan and The Search for Spock and The Voyage Home and The Final Frontier and The Undiscovered Country and Generations and First Contact and Insurrection and Nemesis and Kelvin Star Trek and Into Darkness and beyond. Each part of it has a different approach and a different perspective, and if any one of them were missing, it wouldn't quite be the same. Infinite diversity and infinite combinations and all that. Sometimes it's hard-hitting drama, sometimes it's weird and awkward, and you know what? I love it all. So I made a post on the 20th anniversary of the Enterprise premiere about how it's my all-time favorite show. I know it's a controversial one, but everybody has that art that hits them in exactly the right way at exactly the right time, and it's just really important to you. That's Enterprise for me. Alright, so I made the posts, and a good friend of mine jokingly hit me with the reply, "Really though?" And immediately followed up with, "I kid. All Trek is good Trek." And something about that statement really stayed with me. All Trek is good Trek. It really is that simple. Maybe not every episode knocks it out of the park, but every show and movie in this franchise is worth celebrating. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that Star Trek is above criticism or should never be critiqued. Nor am I trying to shame anyone who has a Trek that they don't like. But my goal here is to celebrate the parts of this franchise that I love, which is all of it. All the parts. It seems like every fan base is overrun with cynicism anymore. Fans who are more focused on what they hate about something as opposed to what they love about it. And I just don't have time for that shit anymore. Look, it's kind of a weird, bad time to live in the world right now. I think now more than ever, we need Star Trek. Not as escapism, but as optimism. Looking at a future where we can get our act together and become the best versions of ourselves. Where our greatest hero is a bald French guy who's admired for his intelligence and moral compass. That's cool. I think that's worth celebrating. And if that sounds cool to you, press the subscribe button. Look, it's a channel trailer. I have to talk about the subscribe button. So it's like a button on your screen that says subscribe on it, and when you click it, you know what it is. I don't know why I'm explaining this to you.